Hello friends, welcome to another video on GitHub Copilot, and in this video we are going to see about skills in GitHub Copilot. So as you remember, in our previous videos on GitHub Copilot we have seen about scoped instructions and the root instructions, how to write root instructions for Copilot to understand your coding conventions. Like you can write the common instructions in GitHub Copilot.instructions.md, and then you can write scoped instructions under the instructions directory as well. So in this video, we are going to see what are skills and how to add them to enhance your working with the Copilot. So skills are nothing. They are just an explanation of a complex task, how a Copilot should perform a complex task, a step-by-step instruction and the guidelines how a Copilot should handle a particular task. For example, if I jump straight into my .github.skills directory, so if you remember from my past video, inside the .github directory, we had a instructions directory, right? When we were writing scoped instructions. Similarly, when you are writing a skill, it should be present under .github directory and under a skills directory. So I have created a skills directory in the .github directory, and I have written two skills here, which are commit messages and security audit. So if I open this commit messages skill, so whatever you want your agent to do with the skill, those instructions should be present in skill.md. Please note the naming convention of this file should be same. It should be capital skill.md. Otherwise, Copilot will not take it as a skill and it will not load whenever you are performing a task. So basically, this skill I have written to tell the Copilot how it should write the commit messages while it's making the commit. So in the skill, you can just explain the thing. You can just explain and give the instructions how the particular task should be performed in a very detailed manner. So as we have seen in the last video, the instructions should be crisp and clear and the short, right? Basically, instruction should contain all your coding conventions, like how to write a good code, how to write a bad code, how not to write a bad code, all those things. But skills are well-defined steps that a Copilot needs to follow while performing a task. So if you just go through this skill, you can see initially it has a name and description. So basically the name and description just tells the Copilot what the skill name is and when to load this particular skill. So whenever a Copilot agent is working on a task, if you will ask Copilot to commit some messages, commit some changes, then it will just know based on this description that it can load this skill and use this to commit the messages. So if you will see, here I've just given an overview like how to write a good commit messages. I've just given the format. It should be commit message should be of this format, and based on the changes, it can have different types. For example, a feature, a fix, or a doc, a style, refactoring, test, flow, or performance, things like that. So basically, you can just explain in very detail how a task should be performed by Copilot agent, and you can also give examples. For examples, I have created a reference file which I have written here. Like I have written few examples for Copilot to understand more about how to write commit messages on different scenarios. I have given different examples. For example, for a simple feature, the type should be feed and it should be auth and then a title and then a description. Similarly, for a bug fix, it should be a fix and a title and a description. So I have given examples for different tasks for different scenarios, and I have just referenced that inside my skill to provide more examples while working on this task. So I have just given some instructions like keep subject line short and specific, use present tense imperative like add, not adds or not added, don't end subject with a period, separate subject from body with blank line. So everything that you want your agent should perform while doing a particular task, you can just define it here. So let's see how it behaves. So I have already made some changes in this particular project. So if I go here and if I just clean this whole thing, so as you can see inside let me check. Okay, so let me just remove this thing. Yeah, now I have already made some changes inside this directory in my demo directory. Basically, I have just moved the GitHub directory from inside this demo directory to the top. So as you can see, all these files are blue in color wherever I've made the changes. Now we will just ask Copilot to commit these changes. So let's see, commit all the changes inside demo. So let's wait for the Copilot. So user wants to commit all the changes inside demo, running this and reviewing skill.md. So if I just open it, yeah. So as you can see, as I'm asking the Copilot to commit all the changes inside my demo directory, it's reading the skill about commit messages which I have written here. So if you will see that based on the description, if I just open it again, here we have written that consistent, well-structured commit messages following team conventions. So we have not tell anything here that when to load this skill. So Copilot, whenever performs a task, if it sees a skill that should be followed to perform that task, it by default loads that skills and follow that. So if I just allow this command to run, git status demo. So as I have said to commit all the changes inside demo directory, which is present here, it's checking all the changes inside demo directory only. So it's running the command git status demo. Let's allow this as well. And yeah, so it has committed the changes. Now let's see how it looks like. So if I just clear this and do a GLG, so as you can see, remove skills from demo directory. So it took it as a chore, and it's following the same format that we have mentioned in our skill. Like we have a feature type which is chore, and then demo. Then it has a single line, a parent line, a title of the commit, and the description. So description is skills have been removed to the project root.github skills directory. So it contains all the changes that are present in the demo directory, and it's committing them. So that is how you can use a skill. So just let's move to another one, which is security audit. So as you can see, this is a skill that I have written for security auditing on different parts of the code. So here I have just explained, given different examples, and I have different rules set up in different files. So I have some references files here. In the first file, I have just top 10 WASP rules written here with the examples, like how to check for different security vulnerabilities, along with the skill injection and everything. Then I have a remediation guide, how to handle them, a guide on top of that. It's a big guide. I have actually generated it using AI, so I have not gone through all the contents of it, but I have just put the file here for demo purposes. Then we have a severity guide, like how to decide the severity on a particular vulnerability. So all these informations, all this information is present in the detail in this documentation. So all you can reference all of them in your skill. So whenever you want your agent to perform a security audit on a particular code, then it can just go through this skill. Then it can load different information present in these files. Like it can refer to these files and follow the steps present in the skill as well as the knowledge present in the files. So basically, skill contains all the knowledge that is required to complete a task. So it can contain all the documentation, all the knowledge, and basically how to perform the task in a better manner. So let's see, if I just ask this agent to perform a security audit on my on this index.ts, it contains small endpoints for it contains small post endpoints for API login, users, and upload. Like it's a simple endpoint. I have not implemented them like a real endpoint, just demo purpose. So let's do that. Review. Let's do something like this. Perform a security audit on src/index.ts. So I'm just asking to perform a security on this particular file. Let's wait for Copilot to return an answer. So as you can see, this time it's reading the security audit skill. So it's written here, right? If you'll see here. So because now I'm performing a security audit, and in my security audit skill, my description says this should be loaded when you are doing something comprehensive security auditing using OWASP and top 10 registered best practices, which are not present in this skill. These are present inside these reference guides, and these reference guides are mentioned inside the skill.md to use them whenever needed. So it's going through all of that. So if you will see if I just open this, so it's going through all of that, like severity guide and everything. It's going through all of that, and it's giving us a security audit report based on the format that we have written inside our skill at the bottom. So if I just go here. So if here I've seen, right, like the structure of the finding should be like, here should be the findings with the location, severity, overspend description and everything. So it's giving us the security audit report based on this format only. So as you can see, it found so many bugs inside this small index.ts, like plain text, part was storage, part traversal, no input validation. Like we have done nothing, right? So if you will go inside my index.ts, this is just a small login. Like I'm directly calling the database using select extract from users where consumers is this and password is this. Like I'm not doing any input validation. I'm just passing whatever the user is sending to the data store and things like that. I'm not doing any validation. Nothing is there. So no rate limiting and no file size or type restrictions. Nothing is there. So that is why it's giving us uh, all the vulnerabilities that is present inside my all the endpoints in this answer. So this is how you can use your skills. You can just create your own skill by creating a directory inside the skills directory, and you can just give the skills any name. Like the name of the skill should be common in the subdirectory, and in the skill.md you can just name it the same name that you have given to the directory and a description to when to load this skill. Just remember it should be present inside the skills directory, and the name of the file, the skill file should be skill.md, capital skill.md, only when this will load into the Copilot. So you can just create skill based on the project level inside this .github directory, or you can also create your personal skills inside this inside the Copilot directory present here. So whenever you install Copilot on your system, there will be Copilot directory present at the root of your system like this. So if you will just do something like this, let me just go to cd and / Copilot. So this Copilot directory is present always at the root of your system. If you will go inside it and do a ls, you can see the directory about instructions, prompts, and everything is present here as well. So you can just create a similar folder here called skills, like we have seen at the project level. This is skills directory. You can just create a skills directory here as well, and inside this skills directory you can also add these skills that you have added at the project level. So you can just copy paste this whole thing, like this whole commit message directory or this whole security audit directory inside this skill folder that you have just created. Then they will be present at your personal level. So the difference is, when you create skills at the project level, they are loaded whenever you are working on that project only. Like for example, if I'm working on some other project, it may not contain these skills, right? There could be different skills, but these skills at your personal space. So on any project you are working on, these are loaded by default by the Copilot CLI or Copilot agents. So these are present at the top root of your system, and they are available for all the projects and all the work you are doing using the Copilot. The priority is given to your personal skills. For example, if you have same skills, for example, if I just copy paste this commit messages and security audit skills inside my skills directory at the root, then the priority will be given to my personal skills on the top of project based skills. So if a skill has same name, same description, and both of them matches, for example, I have this skill present at my root system as well, and if I ask Copilot to commit the messages, if the name of the description of the skills matches at the project as well as your personal as well as with your personal skills, then the personal skill will be given more priority on top of project based skills. So take care of that. Like if just don't if you have conflicting skills, your personal skills will be given more priority, and it may happen even if you have a skill present here, some other skill might be getting matched at your personal context, and the things will be performed in that manner. So please take care of the conflicting nature of the skills. You can also tell the Copilot to load a skill explicitly while performing a task. So instead of relying on description to load the skill while performing a task, you can do something like this. For example, if I want my commit message skill to be used while committing the message, I can do something like this. That commit the changes and use commit message skill present. So if you will do something like this and explicitly ask the Copilot to use commit message skill, it will just look for the skills present in this .github directory or in your personal space that belongs to this particular keyword. If it finds something that matches for this one, then it will load that skill and use it to perform that task. And the more reliable way is something like this. Instead of passing the name like this, you can just do something like this. For example, commit the changes, and before that you can just do a slash and commit messages and provide the name. So if you will provide the name of the skill like this, whenever you create a skill either in your personal space or inside this project level inside this .github directory, whenever the VS Code loads, it loads all the skills or instructions or agent present inside this .github directory or at your personal space, which is inside this Copilot directory at your system, and it will just provide them to you as a slash prompt. So you can just use slash and provide the name of the skill, and then while performing that task, Copilot will use the skill and do the task in that way. So this is all about skills, I can tell you. So just a comparison between skills and instructions. So basically instructions contain your guidelines, like how to write a code, but skills contains a comprehensive guide on how to perform a task better. It doesn't contain instructions on how to write a good code, like what not to do when writing a code. It just contains the step-by-step instructions in a very detailed manner, how to perform a task and how to perform it better. Like you can just with the help of skills, you can just tell the agent to perform a particular task in a more detailed manner. So this is all about skills, and in the next video we are going to cover agents. So like skills, we have agents in GitHub Copilot. So we will see how we can create agents and how we can utilize our skills inside an agent. And then after that, I'll just give you a demo that I have created where I'll just combine this whole skills and agent. I'll just create a workflow and show you how you can just combine both of them, and you can just automate lots of things using skills and agents present in the Copilot. So keep learning till that day, and please like, share and subscribe, and thank you.